Hello guys. Welcome back to the channel. I will be starting part 4 of What If Naruto Was Neglected and was the reincarnation of Grim Reaper/Death. Sorry if you guys didn't understand what I said, but yeah, just read the title when I upload this video. I wasn't making a recording, but it was like 30 minutes in and I lost the recording, but it doesn't matter because I did make a lot of mistakes, so I was going to redo it anyways. So we last left off in the preliminaries. Actually, no, I'm not going to start from there. I have an announcement. If you guys have any what ifs for me, like, if you guys have what ifs you want me to do, as long as they don't have ships, then I will do them. Because I don't like ships. I don't want to have to focus on the ship. Like, I want to focus on the story, not the ship. The ship doesn't matter to me. So as long as they don't have ships, or as long as they only have one at the very max, then I will do it. Anyways, let's get into this what if. So we last left off in the preliminaries after Naruto slapped Team 10, which consists of Rock Lee, Neji, and Tenten. He crippled Tenten, making it so much easier for Tamari to destroy her. But that doesn't matter. Now we skip a couple days to the preliminary. I said we last left off on the preliminaries. I must say, the Forest of Death. My bad for making that mistake. Anyways, we're going to time skip to the preliminaries, and Sasuke's fight against that guy with the chakra draining, like he can drain chakra. I think that's what he can do. Yeah, he slaps that guy, but it's going to be even worse for him. It's going to be harder for him to slap that guy since he's arrogant as crap. And he's all bloody after he beats that guy. But all the fights go like canon except for Kiba and Naruto's fight. In Kiba and Naruto's fight, Kiba comes down and is like, I finally got this stupid dead last idiot who thinks he can defeat me. He thinks he's better than me, an alpha. I'll show him. He's like, oh, shut up, you mutt. Come down here and fight me, or shut up. And Kiba's like, I'll show you. I'll show you to watch your language around me in Inuzuka. And I'm just like, I don't care. Come down here and fight me, or don't. It seems like your dog doesn't want to fight me. And we look over at Akamaru, who's scared and hiding behind Kiba because he can sense Naruto's power. He's like, I don't want to fight literal death. That would be stupid. He's scared. He's like, and Kiba's like, Akamaru, don't be scared. This idiot can't do nothing. And Akamaru's like, he's barking at Kiba. He's like, you idiot. Don't you feel his power? Are you that stupid? But Kiba doesn't understand because he's barking. And Kiba just drags Akamaru. Akamaru's like, please no, don't do this to me. I don't want to die. And Naruto sees the fear in Akamaru's eyes and like, well, it seems like your dog's the only smart one. And Kiba's like, what does that mean, idiot? And he's like, you'll find out. I'm like, well, since I want this to end as fast as possible, he transforms Akamaru into a human version of him. He's like, let's go, Akamaru, fang over fang. And Naruto, he can see them doing the thing over fang. That's how, like, he slowed down time and he sees them mid-air, like trying to do the thing over fang. And he punches, he throws Akamaru to the wall 100 times while time is paused, over and over and over again, breaking Akamaru's legs and de-transforming Akamaru in the process. And for Kiba, he breaks all of his ribs one by one. And then he speeds time back up, and he was just screaming in pain like, my ribs, what happened? And then he just falls unconscious, and Akamaru's just unconscious too, because he got slammed into the wall 100 times. He's nearly dead. And the project's like, medics, we need medics here. And they get escorted, and he's like, Naruto, and Naruto just stares at him with a death glare like, say that, and I will kill you. With just a glare. Because Naruto can do that. And he's like, Naruto the Grim Reaper wins. And everybody's just like, with their mouths wide open, pause. with their jaws dropped. They're like, what happened? It happened so quickly. They were all, everybody just surprised, and they don't even know what to say. They can't get words out of their mouths. You know, it's like, Gachi's just like, what happened? I used my Sharingan and I still couldn't see what happened. And they check on Akamaru and Kiba, and they're like, well, Akamaru, he has broken ribs and broken legs, and Kiba, he has, all his ribs are broken. I'm surprised he's not dead. And everybody's like, and Kakashi's like, wow, that's sad. And he's scared of Naruto, and he's like, that kid was so fast, I couldn't see him. If he were to go up against me, I would probably die. And I'm gonna leave Chunin. Everybody just is a little bit scared of Naruto, but they're arrogant as ever, thinking to themselves, maybe he just used the demon's power, or maybe he got lucky or something. And they're just trying to find an excuse. And we're gonna skip to we're not gonna skip to the finals, my bad. Then we go to Hinata versus Neji. Now, since Neji, you know, he's arrogant towards Naruto, but since, you know, he's nicer to, he's a nicer person all around because he's friends with Mema and Mito. He has a little crush on Mito. So yeah, he's nicer to Hinata. And he's just like, sorry, Princess Hinata, but I must do this. I must kill that demon myself. And he closes 64 of her chakra points. And it's just like coughing up blood, and she says, it's okay. Actually, she's not coughing up blood, he just knocks her out. And Mama's not mad because he loves Hinata, but Neji didn't hurt her, so he doesn't care. He's like, well, Neji, if you don't go up against the demon, just know that I will kill him for you. And he's just like, no, you don't need to do that. I'll do it. And the fight went super fast. Nah, the fight with Rock Lee versus Gaara was even worse. Because actually, I forgot to mention in the last video, Naruto broke one of Rock Lee's arms. So, yeah, it's going to be even worse for him. He's crippled. Two of his arms are crippled. Two of his arms and his leg are crippled, so he can barely even walk. He has to use a wheelchair and have someone wheel him around, so it's kind of depressing. But, yeah, no one cares for Rock Lee. I don't care for him in this what if. He's evil in this what if. And they all get their numbers and their pairings, and Choji, he loses to I don't know who's gonna lose. He's gonna lose to Tamari, since she goes up against him, because, you know, Dosu's dead and he's gonna get the fight in the preliminaries. But it doesn't really matter because he doesn't even get the fight in the finals, so it doesn't matter. And neither does Rin or her friend. Neither does Rin or Dosu's other teammate. No, I said Rin. Neither does Ken or the other guy on their team. I forgot. His name started with a K, and he went up against the bug guy Shino. I literally forgot Shino's name. Yeah. So anyway, so we skip to the finals. Now in the finals, Tamari versus Shikamaru. It's a 1 month time skip. My bad. So we see Naruto in his mindscape, just training with the Grim Reaper in the Forest of Death. And Anko is trying to attack Naruto. She sees Naruto and she's like, if I kill this demon, he won't get any stronger. And she tries to attack him, but Naruto, he feels her presence while he's in the mindscape. So he gets out of his mindscape, he dodges into kunais, and he teleports right behind her and snaps her neck. And he rips her head off her shoulders. And he burns her body to burn off all the evidence. And he just continues to train. And Memba and Mito are like, we're gonna get so strong that not even that demon will be able to defeat us. We're gonna learn Senjutsu. Right, Jiraiya-san? And Tsunade-san? And like, yeah. Don't worry, you'll get so strong, nobody will be able to defeat you. And they go on a training trip for 1 month. And that's it. And then we're just gonna go to the preliminaries, because everybody's training, you know. I said preliminaries, we're gonna go to the finals, because everybody's training. First match, I forgot what the first match was in canon. I think it was Shikamaru versus Tamari. And it's gonna go like in canon. Since the fight wasn't that you know, exciting, because he gave up so quickly, it's just gonna be like in canon. He gets her in his grasp, and he just gets lazy, and he quits, you know. But he still becomes Chunin. And I think it's Naruto versus Neji, right? And he's just like, well, I guess it's me versus the demon, It's fate that I shall defeat you. I shall defeat a demon like you. Show you your place. And I was just like, shut up, you peeping Tom. I know you use those Byakugan eyes of yours to watch all the girls in the hot springs. And everybody just gasped. And then they start looking at Hiyashi Higa and the rest of the male Higas. And they start attacking them. But yeah, after that little thing happening, not just like, yeah, shut up, peeping Tom. Then he's just like, what did you say, you idiot? You know, it's fate that I kill you. And I'm just like, fate. Fate is only something that the weak use to keep the strong in check. Actually, it's the other way around. Fate is only something that the strong use to keep the weak in check. To keep in check so that they don't get stronger. And you, my friend, you're not strong. You're weak. And I guess it's fate, since you believe in fate so heavily, that I rip your arms off. And rip those eyes of yours out. And snap your neck. And Neji's just like, I dare you to try. And Naruto's like, oh yeah? Didn't you see what happened to Kiba back in the preliminaries? No, of course you didn't. It's so arrogant. What an idiot, Naruto, and Neji's just like, well, that idiot's weak. It doesn't matter. I defeat you. It's fate that I shall defeat you. And if I don't defeat you somehow, then Memba and Mito will. I know they will. But just know this. You will never be able to kill me. Uzumaki. Naruto's just like, you did it. You did it to yourself. Naruto just goes to Jonin speeds and rips Neji's head off and crushes it. And then he goes back and rips Neji's heart out and then crushes it. And then he rips his lungs out and then crushes them. And he rips his arms off and then burns them. And everybody's just shocked. And they're like, that speed is on par with... No, it's even faster than the fourth Hokage himself. Naruto's just like, I told you, didn't I? Well, actually, I didn't rip those eyes out of yours. I should have done that first. And then he rebuilds Neji. And then everybody's like, what? He can do that? If we get him to make a clan, then we'll have the best medicine in the world. And Naruto's like, well, I forgot to make up on my promise to rip your eyes out. So, let me do it. And then he's like, what? No, don't do it. Get away. Stay back. And Naruto just rushes towards him at faster than light speeds and rips his eyes out. And then he's just crying like, please stop. I give up. And Naruto's like, no. No, you don't. Don't you dare run away from me. And he rips Neji's head off. And he's like, well, since I want to have fun torturing you in the future more, I'll bring you back to life. And Naruto just brings him back to life again. And he's like, please, stay back. Please, please, forgive me, please. And everybody's just scared. Except for Mema and Mito, they're like, what? It doesn't matter. Neji was weak anyways. I'll defeat that loser. I'll show him his place. I'll kill him. So then we go to Mema and Mito fights. It's gonna be Mema versus Sasuke. And Mema's like, sorry Sasuke, but you know how it is. And Mema goes and hit to his Two Tails cloak and starts pounding Sasuke into the ground. And Sasuke's like, please, I thought, forgive me friend, forgive me. He's like, sorry Sasuke, but I want to kill Naruto myself, so sorry. And Sasuke's like, it's okay. And it's Mema versus Tamari. And Tamari's like, I'll kill you. And she uses her fan to try to strike Mito. And Mito's like, sorry lady, sorry ma'am, but I'll kill you, you stupid Shan Shinobi. I'll show you why me, a child of prophecy, is the best, and why the Leaf is the best, why they're the strongest. And she rushes towards Tamari and Rasenguns her, knocking her out easily. Now it's Naruto versus Gaara, and Gaara's like, please stay back, please, Mama doesn't want your blood, she just wants you to stay away. And Naruto's like, do you give up? And then Gaara's like, yes please, I give up. And the ref calls him saying that Gaara gave up. And they're all angry at Naruto, like how did he do that? But now it's the last three contestants are Mema, Mito, and Naruto. And Naruto asks for a 2v1. And they're like, we're never going to give you a teammate demon. And he's like, no, I'm going to be by myself. Mema and Mito can jump me, but it's not like they'll win anyways. And then the Hokage and supposedly Kazekage accept the terms, as they want the demon dead anyways. And Orochimaru doesn't need Naruto alive, so he doesn't care. And Mema and Mito are like, you loser, you will never be able to defeat us. And Mito uses her chains, is like, I'll get you. And then, I keep messing up. And Mito's like, she uses her chains to wrap up Naruto, and she's like, Mema, use your Rasengan, we'll beat him easily, and then we'll become Chunin. And Naruto's like, I want to see you try. And she uses her chains, and he breaks out of it with brute force, with a little bit of mana, since, you know, they're chakra chains. She's like, shocked, like, how? You know what, it doesn't matter. And then they go into their they use, they're like, summoning jutsu, after they bit their thumbs. And Naruto's like, summoning, huh? They dare to go up against me? The summoner of the King of Monsters, who's even stronger than the full Nine Tails? But nobody knows. And Naruto bites his thumb, he's like, summoning jutsu! And, the fourth Hokage, Naruto, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and the Snake Sanin, Orochimaru, disguised as, the Kazekage, they're all surprised, like, they're like, how? How does he have the King of Summons, the King of Monsters, Godzilla? And Jiraiya, Kushina, and Minato, and Tsunade, I keep forgetting their names for a second. They're like, my Mema and Mito should have that summon. And Mema and Mito are like, where did you get that? Where did you get that summon? That should be ours. Ours alone. Not yours, you weakling. And Naruto's like, it doesn't matter. You dare to oppose me, the summoner of the King of Monsters. Godzilla, teach Gamabuta and that slug, whatever her name is, a lesson. And Gimabuta and the slug, I forgot her name, they're like, wait, please, forgive us, please, we'll do anything, we'll cut contracts, we'll cut contracts, we won't make contracts forever again, just don't kill us, please. And God's just like, is that what you want, kid? And I was just like, well, I really don't care if they die or not, but since I do want Mema and Mito to suffer, yeah, let's do that. Also, make sure that Mema, Mito, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Kushina, and Minato cannot get summoning contracts ever. So nobody else. No one. And Godzilla's like, yeah, I got you, kid. And Godzilla says, I accept your terms. But know this. If you dare make a contract with these two again, or anybody else, I shall wipe out your race. You have it? Do you understand? And they're like, yes, please. Thank you. And they dispel. And, Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Minato are mad. They're like, no, my contracts, no! They cut the contracts! Dang it! And they're like, what happened? Where did it go? It doesn't matter, Mema. We don't need those idiots anyways. We're gonna use our Senjutsu, Mito says. And they try to use Senjutsu, but they come to find that they can't use Senjutsu. And they're like, wait, why can't we use Senjutsu? And Naruto just starts to chuckle to himself. Well, you see, since I've cut the contracts between you and those stupid summons, you can't use Senjutsu anymore, you idiots. Don't you understand the simple rule of summoning? Do not go up against the king of monsters, the king of summons. And they're like, no, that can't be true. Give us our summons back now, or we'll banish you. And I was just like, I don't care if I get banished or not. You can't force me to do anything, you weaklings. You use the fox's power like it's your own, when it's not. We're like, it is ours, you demon. We need it, since we are the children of prophecy. How else are we gonna be super strong? I was just like, well, it doesn't matter. I'll kill you anyways. Well, maybe not kill you now, but somewhere in the future, just know that I will kill you. And everybody gets scared. And Mema and Mito are like, well, we don't need Senjutsu, but that did take an awfully long time to learn. So it's kind of annoying And then they go into their Terror's Cloak and they charge towards Naruto in anger since he cut the contract. And they're like, you know how long it took us to learn Senjutsu? Do you understand? And Naruto's just dodging all their attacks and laughing. And he says, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I want you to suffer, just like how you made me suffer. I want you to feel my pain. And Naruto just sends them flying with a mana blast. And they go flying to the wall, nearly breaking through the wall. They're like, this demon. And then they go into Three Tails' cloak. And they yell, Rasengan! And Naruto just blasts the Rasengan with Mana Blast. And they explode in Mema and Mito's hands, burning their hands, and they're like, what have you done? You demon! And Naruto's just like, it doesn't matter. And he pauses time, and he breaks their rib cages, breaks their collarbones, and he breaks their femur bones. And he unpauses time, and they get on their knees, and they're crying out in pain, like, what happened? And Ninetales and the chakra is healing them, but it's not healing them fast enough. And they're like, that demon, he did something. I know he did. He cheated. And I was just like, I didn't cheat. I just used my own power. You're cheating by using someone else's. I'm not even using anybody else's power. This is mine, and mine alone. You have to use someone else's power just to keep up with me. Really, you really are weak. I won't be surprised if you guys aren't the children of prophecy, you weaklings. And they're like, we are the children of prophecy, and you have no right to say we aren't, you weakling. You're just mad because you'll never be the children of prophecy. You're just mad because you'll never be as powerful as us. And Naruto just chuckles to himself and like, these idiots. Did he realize that nobody, and I mean nobody, can escape me, death? And that opposing death itself is really stupid. But they don't understand my power because they're so arrogant. Then I'll show them to understand it. And I was like, I'll let you guys heal up just to teach you a lesson. And they're like, you made a mistake, you idiot. You made a mistake going up against the children of prophecy. Now, this part may be a little bit shorter than usual, but I'm trying my best to make it as long as possible. Pause. But yeah. But we're gonna be going through the evasion in this part too, so yeah. It's probably gonna be somewhere around 30 something minutes, like 34 minutes. I'm trying though. And they're like, you made a mistake letting us heal. And then they go into their fortress state and saying, we'll overpower you with this one. And then they make an Adama Rasengan. And this shocks Minato and Jiraiya, and they're like, how? Such a large Rasengan. Even I can't do that, and I created it. Just to let you guys know, Minato did create it. Because in the anime, yeah, what's his name? Ashura did use that ball full of Rasengans, but that's filler. It's not canon, it's filler. So, Minato did create the Rasengan. But yeah. And they're like, that's my meme, Mito. They'll show that demon a lesson. They'll show him why they're the children of prophecy, why they're the strongest. And Mema and Mito are like, let's go. And they charge towards Naruto in low Chunin speeds. No, mid Chunin speeds. No, my bad. Low Chunin speeds. And Naruto's like, you guys been training in speed, huh? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm even faster than your dad. And your dad can move at light speed, can't he? But Naruto just thinks that to himself. He doesn't consider Minato as his dad anymore, because Minato abandoned him, abused him. He doesn't consider that guy as his dad. He just considers him as a nuisance. A nuisance needed to be needing to be killed. Naruto's just like, I'll let those hits attack me. I'll let those attacks hit me. Just to show them why I'm superior. Superior to everybody in this world. No, in this universe. In this galaxy. In general, I'm stronger than anybody. I'm the creator. Well, he's not really the creator. But you know what I mean. Like, he can do whatever he wants. And then he summons a bunch of Shinigamis. Because one of you guys actually recommended me that. And I'm going to show you who did. Thanks for recommending me that. Also, thank you guys so much for 26 subscribers. So, yeah. Actually, oh my gosh. No, hold on. Here is the guy that, requested me that. Oh, and sorry, Milton. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Milton Moreland, for moving around so much. I'm just a little bit nervous. Yes, he will have the scythe, and yeah, right here. Lunar Moon Dust. So anyways, let's get back to the what if. So like I was saying, Naruto summons a bunch of Shinigamis and his scythe, since I forgot he can summon his scythe. He summons his scythe and Shinigamis. He's like, I'll show you my true power. I'll show you why you never mess with me. Death itself. And he just starts swinging around his scythe. And, sorry for the voice crack. He just starts swinging around his scythe. And he hits Mito, cutting off their arms. And they start screaming in pain. My arms! My arms! My arms! And I'm just laughing to himself. He's like, haha. You idiots. You lowly humans. That's what happens when you oppose death itself. You get your arms cut off. You get tortured. And Minato's like, stop the match! Stop the match! And Naruto just makes a barrier. He doesn't go through hand signs. He just uses a mana barrier that nobody could break through. He's like, the Hokage. Let me torture these kids first. And Minato's like, no, please, don't do this, Naruto, please. Don't do this, son. Don't do this to your own siblings. And Naruto's like, don't call me your son. I stopped being your son the second you abandoned me. The second you threw me away like I was a piece of trash. That's when I stopped being your son. Don't call me that again. Got it? Or you'll be next. You know what? You are next. Just don't call me that again. Or I'll make sure that I'll torture you even worse than I was planning on. You got it? And I was like, please, don't do this. They're your siblings. At least do it for, please. And I was like, they're not my siblings. Kushin is not my mom. You're not my dad. And Jiraiya and Tsunade are not my godparents. You guys are nothing to me but a bunch of worms. A bunch of idiots that need to be wiped out before you cause any more trouble. And Naruto's like, time to torture. And he starts slicing their heads off. And the Shinigami start cutting them with their blades. And they're screaming and being like, Dad, please help, please. Mom, Dad, Tsunade, Jiraiya, help. And they're like, Minato, we need to find a way. Can you use your teleporting jutsu, your flying Raijin? And Minato's like, oh yeah, I should do that. Minato uses his flying Raijin, but he can't get through the barrier no matter what. And Naruto's like, you think I haven't thought about that? I know you can use the flying Raijin. That's why I reinforced my barrier. So that nothing can come in unless I allow it to. Or unless it has mana. And to my knowledge, nobody in this world has mana. You only have chakra. So you cannot break through this barrier. Nothing can break through this barrier. Except for me. And they're like, please, stop this madness. Do you understand what you're doing? They're the children of prophecy. They have to save the world. And you're torturing them? And Naruto's like, it builds character. And he starts laughing. Well, stop interrupting my sessions, or I'll make sure to include you. You got it? And they start trying to come up with plans, trying to break the barrier. Ambu's trying to get in, trying to find a way to break the barrier, but nothing is working. And Naruto just keeps cutting off their body parts, ripping out their heart, ripping out their lungs, their stomach, all of their intestines, then bringing them back to life. Then the Shinigamis rip their souls into pieces. Then Naruto builds their souls back into one, then puts it back in the body, and he continues to torture them, ripping their souls apart, putting them back together, killing them, ripping their eyes out, ripping this nine tails out a couple of times, then sealing it back in, and then killing them over and over and over again. And he's like, that should be enough. And everybody's just scared and shocked, and they're like, they can't speak, they don't know what to do. They're just like, he's so strong. What have we done? We've created a monster. And now it's just like, the Leaf Village is next. And then the evasion starts. And Sasuke starts chasing after he starts chasing after Gaara. And Naruto rebuilds back Mema and Mita and is like, well, I think you have a Jinchuriki to catch, don't you? And they start backing away from Naruto, like, stay back, demon, please, stay back, don't do this, stay back, we've learned our lesson. And Naruto's like, I don't care, keep calling me a demon, and I'll make sure you learn your lesson again. And they're like, yes, we understand. And then they go to chase after Gaara. And Naruto's like, your turn. And he brings Minato, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kushina and Orochimaru in. He's like, Orochimaru, or should I say the Kazekage? And Orochimaru's like, so you figure it out, huh? Well, it's time for me to get your body. And he tries to stretch out to get Naruto's body, but Naruto's like, it's time for me to get your soul. There's been a Shinigami who's been asking for your soul. He's been cheating death a little bit too much, Orochimaru. And Orochimaru's like, what? What do you mean? No, you can't do this to me. I have to be immortal. I have to be. And Naruto just rips Orochimaru's soul out, and he's like, you see this, Orochimaru? This is your body, and I'm gonna burn it. Burn it to ashes. And he burns it with hellfire. And Orochimaru's like, no, stop. Please, I need to be immortal. Please. Naruto's like, no thanks. You've been cheating death way too much. You need to learn your lesson. And Naruto is like, come here, Shinigami. Here's the soul you've been asking for. And the Shinigami's like, well, thank you, my sir. This guy's been cheating death too much. I'll make sure personally that he gets tortured to the maximum. And Naruto's like, yeah, do whatever you want. Now show off. I have people to torture. And Naruto does the same thing to Minato and Kushina and Jiraiya Tsunade. And he rips their hearts out. Crushes them. He's like, you see this? These are your hearts. Next comes your eyes. Then your lungs. Then we do it all over again. Isn't that fun? And they're like, what? You'll stop this. And they try to, Minato's like, flying Raijin. Naruto just breaks the kunai with a punch, sending Minato flying back. And everybody flies back into the barrier. And Naruto's like, don't ever do it again. You got it? I'll make sure, personally, you get tortured the most. And then the Shinigami start torturing them, cutting their body parts off, finger by finger by finger, ripping their fingernails out, biting their eyes, ripping their ears out, and then doing it all over again, and then ripping their souls in half, and then putting their souls back in and doing it all over again. And Naruto's like, well, I'll make sure that this happens forever. Well, you see, I got something to do. I'll end this later on, idiots. And Naruto just runs off. Sorry if that was a little bit too short, but that's the end of the What If. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the torturing parts of the What If. And in the next part of the What If, we will be doing the Evasion, and we'll be going to Shippuden. So yeah. See you guys in the next video. Bye.